you see, when you have this technology, when you have this software installed, you know how to launch. You can do it with one product, with other product, with other product, and with another brand. So if you have two brands, or you want to launch somebody else, you can also launch somebody else, like I explained to Ronaldo, and you have an agency, or you can help somebody and get a commission on that.
Yeah.
Okay? Or be a consultant on launches. Because if you have results, people want results, you can share those results and that knowledge. Okay? So I like that you're thinking about the next product that you will launch. Love it. Great. You see, just to give some rough numbers and we move to the other part, to the next one. This is the part of the launch. So add up that number to the webinar, and here comes the power. I love this third one. For me, it's the combination for scaling. The best way I found to scale a business and to have a team that it's fucking inspired. Because when you share these visions, when you share these different technologies that you combine together in a calendar, and it makes sense when you say, guys, January we're going to do this, February we're going to do this, March we're going to rest, because I understand that we don't want to burn out. So I understand, team, March we were going to rest, we were going to prepare for April. April's going to be and then May, you know, and then June, July, August, September, boom, boom, ching, ching in September, you know, and in December, boom, boom, ching, ching again, okay? So then you want to have this strategy. It's your, if you are the CEO of your company, it's your duty to create this vision for your team. It's your duty. This, you cannot delegate that, okay? So you want to do that. And let's add third technology, the third, what it is? Yeah. Whew, I love this one. I love this one. Because imagine you put 10,000 leads. 10,000 leads. Okay? 10,000 leads in a webinar. Okay? And then next month, you are doing a launch. And you are buying more traffic with ads in a launch. Okay? January, February. Okay, and then you need the soil to recover. You want to nurture the soil. Okay, because if you launch again, and you webinar again, and launch again, and webinar again, people is gonna be, stop selling, stop. Okay, so you don't want to be too pushy, you don't want to be too salesy. Okay, at least this is what I don't want to do. Do you agree with that? Right? Nobody likes to be sold. Look, this is important. Anybody likes to be sold, but everybody loves to buy. Oh, we love it. Right? So that's the thing. You want to give a lot of content. You want to nurture. We'll talk about nurturing in this part here. Because of the internet, we will not have time to talk with Hans. But I sent messages with him. So he is going to do a webinar for all of you guys. I'm going to give you a special link with Zoom. So we will have a dedicated webinar with Hans apart from this event. You like the idea? On ads. And he's fucking master on ads. So I'm super excited that you get to meet him, and he's sharing some knowledge on ads. So instead of using this time, we'll talk now with Kai when we finish with high ticket, Kai on Teams, and we'll talk about social media and how we can nurture these audiences, because we're talking 10,000 leads. How do we get there? What do you do if you're resting from launching and email sequences and offers and all that stuff? You add here the high ticket calls. So what do? You create an email sequence, that invites these people. Some are going to be buyers, let's say the 1% here. So you will have, from all these strategies you made here, you'll have 200 people that bought from you, and you will have 19,800 people that didn't buy from you, right? Correct? Okay. 200? Yeah, 1% conversion and 99% of people that didn't buy from you. So you invite these people. You can generate email sequence for these ones, and a little bit different for these ones. So they are special. You make them feel special, and they are more special because they invested in you. They trust you already. And remember how much easier it is to get a client to buy another product from you than a new client. How much? 10x. Okay. So we want to make sure that this is tailored to them. This is something that I would personally do. So you create an email sequence, and what do? In this email sequence, you invite them to a page. I'm going to build it here. You invite them to a page with a video, okay, and a button. And in this video, you explain what's your product. You have another product. So if you thought like, oh my God, it stretches my mind to create a product at 997, what do you think is coming now? It's gonna be another product. You can have something even higher because you can create more connection with you. You allow people to enter your more personal life, more your time, if you will. Okay, this is completely optional. All of this, you don't have to do webinar and launch and high ticket. Maybe you want to stick to one of those or two of those or combine all three. So it's up to you guys. But if you want to apply the high ticket one, you create a video with a higher product. Again, with high ticket, we move from 2K to 30K, something like that. So high ticket on these calls work really well for these ranges. And in this video, you explain, look, I have this service and I just want to work with 10 people because it's something really special. It's gonna be 3 months with me, 6 months with me, or it's gonna be a retreat with me that we are going to go for 5 days to this amazing place. I crafted an amazing experience. I know some context there. I know this, I know that. And I want to live this with you. In fact, I want to live this with a group of 10 people. I want to build this community. So what I'm offering you is that you are one of these 10 people. To know if you can be one of these 10 people, well, we need to see if you qualify. So first, I want to know if you are invested and what are your thoughts, if I can help you, if this service is for you, because it's really exclusive. This is all true, because I mean, I think that you will not work with your time with 19,800 people, so you want to work with a small group. Now you will decide with how many people you want to work with this high ticket service. So you have a video explaining this, and it's like, if you want to be part of this, fill up this form. Okay? Then you have the form. And after the form, people book a call with you on the calendar. Okay? So then you have phone calls with people, and in that call, it's a sales call where you refer to this form, you talk about that person, you see if it's a good fit. If it's a good fit, like personally with you, then you move into explaining a bit more what you have prepared. You explain all the details of the experience, all the details of the retreat or the service of the product, whatever you're selling. And then if the person is like, okay, I want to know more, you explain how the conditions are, and you explain the price. If it's a good fit and people want to enter, boom. You have a new client, they are happy, you are happy, and you can have another source of income, another product on your suite of products. Make sense? Yep. Okay. Is it something that some of you would like to apply in their business? Having this more close relationship with somebody? Or you are more into, who is into webinars here? Would apply webinars? Webinars. Okay. Lunches? Okay. And high ticket? Who would apply high ticket? Okay. Who is not gonna raise the hand, whatever I'm saying? Right? I see you. So, what's your name, by the way? Timo. Okay, Timo. Awesome. So, this is the thing. We want to do the math again. The conversion rate of high ticket sales, if you are ish at sales, you can shoot for 10 to 20% of people in the call. Okay, jumping on the call. If you are good, you can have a 50% return conversion rate, and if you are really good, you can have to 70 to 80%. Okay, why is so high? Because people that see an email, open an email, click an email, see a video completely, click the button, fill a form that is maybe 10 minutes of their time, they book a call, and in that day that they pick, they show up and they are with you, it's because they are committed. They are committed. Okay? So when you funnel it like this, you just spend your time, or a person in your team who is on the sales call spends their time with really qualified people. Okay? Because you don't want to just send an email and book me a call, because then your conversion rate is going to be 1%. So you're going to be an hour per person or 30 minutes to an hour in the phone, 100 hours to close one person. So it's not worth it for them, it's not worth it for you. So you want to make sure you explain everything, you pre-qualify here and here, they book a call, and imagine that, let's say, from these 20,000 people, okay, let's say 0.5% it's showing up to these calls. So in this case, it would be 100 people, okay, from 2,000. This is the outcome. You will be having 100 calls, you or somebody in your team, okay, helping you. You can have multiple people, a sales team, and you can convert. You can have 10 people, you can have 50 people, or you could have 70 to 80 people in a product. Imagine that is 5K. Okay, you will choose now what's your ticket. Okay, imagine a one-on-one consultation for Instagram growth, 6 weekly calls, like 6 calls during the 6 weeks. Boom, I want to select that 5K because it's more exclusive. You see the difference? So you add value to that, and you can have, let's say, 50 clients at 5K, 250K. So remember the initial promise that I said, how to scale to more than 250K? You could achieve it just with 50 clients per year at 5K, easily. Okay? Imagine if you combine it with launches and with webinars. All right? So right now, your goal is to choose your product. Think about what product can you create if you are into this high ticket, if you want to add this into your business. Choose how many people would you have generated from the webinars and the launches. How many people do you want to have in your email list? Then, how many people is showing up? Let's say between 0.5% and 1%. It's following through all the sequence and booking a call. Okay? So you would have this amount of calls, and then your closing rate. If you are not good at sales, it's 10 to 20. Or if this sequence is not clear enough, people is like, oh, I filled the form thinking that it was this, and now in the call you're telling me that it's different. So conversion rate is going to go lower. The more clear is the path between this and this and this and the call, the higher the conversion rate. And if you are good at sales, boom, you can hit, like you can close 7 or 8 people out of 10, for sure. My closing rate when I was in the health company, the Club Vida 10, I was closing 70%. Okay? And I was doing calls of 15,000 euros, which is $18,000, to be working with me 3 months. Okay? So it was 6,000 a month. You have to decide your strategy. Here I'm just giving you can see the overall picture, because if you want to go in detail, the webinar, the launch and everything, we don't have time now, but something that I can show you. The thing is, right now, it's a matter of knowing this, applying this, and then, again, what we were talking with Ian before, testing. Stretch, test, change, optimize, etc. Okay? So 1 minute, 2 minutes, guys, to share what's the price point, what's the conversion rate, how many people you would have in the call, and how much money would you generate with somebody new. Somebody new.
I went with a $5,000 product.
Okay. Let me write that down. So it's going to be 5,000.
And so 20,000 leads
Okay.
would lead to, wait, hold on one sec. 20,000 leads of 200.
Yeah, 1%. So it's
Yeah.
200 people on the call,
200
right?
people, yeah, 200 people on the call.
Yeah, with
But
1%.
then, yeah.
Cool. And
But
then,
wait, 0.5% is 100, right?
yeah, correct.
0.5% is 100. So 100 calls.
All right.
And
all
out
right.
of those 100 calls, 20% are buying the product.
100 calls, 0.5. Yep. And how many?
20% conversion, so 20 people are buying the product at 5,000. It's a virtual course.
It's a virtual course. Love it. Cool. Somebody else want to share? Over there, maybe Ian, Elizabeth, or Alex, or Timo.
The idea is a 7-day retreat
bringing in the experiences of Tulum, right? So bringing in the Mayan ancestral knowledge with a combination of Ayurvedic treatments as well, all done virtually. So just really, truly feeling, trying to bring in the rituals, trying to bring in the ceremonies, in a way that is meeting all of the five sensory experiences. So having them bring in a candle, a crystal, or whatever that may be, the
Yeah.
same kind of music, and bringing in that way.
Awesome.
And then, so Shaliza has the number. So we put it at a 297 price
Two
point. But
two nine nine
I
seven
honestly, we could think we could push it to 497, because it's a 7 day.
for the high ticket.
Yeah. No.
497. Okay.
I mean,
Probably the other strategies like webinars or like this
yeah.
would work better
Okay.
than
The
selling it on calls.
on calls.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I want to do is create a program, like a 4 to 6 week program. No, 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay. Okay.
For tennis players, high performance players, to break down a little bit what their limiting beliefs
Mhm.
and used the mindset, use unconventional tactics, techniques
Yep.
for them to break down their habits and to enjoy Tulum. Incorporate like the wellness, holistic activities
Mhm.
into the high performance players for them to like balance themselves out between competition and practice and just
Boom.
like a lifestyle.
Wow.
I would charge
Okay.
for a month $6,000.
Per month.
Yeah, and I would want to have
And you said
8 to 10 players for now. Yeah.
yeah,
So
6K a month. 10 players,
yes, 10 players.
60K per month. To a year by 12, 720? No. 12 per 6. No,
Sí.
12 per 6. Yeah, 720, right?
Ah,
Yeah, I was saying it
Yeah.
right.
Perfecto.
720
Sí, no
K
lo conozco. Ah,
a
perfecto.
year.
Gracias.
Okay. Just from the calls. Pretty good,
Yeah.
right? Cool. It's a game of numbers. Great. So you see how it works. So now take this number, your number. Okay. Take the launch number. You have it? The launch number, the high ticket, and the webinar one. Do you have it? Okay. Wait. We need to do something before. How many enrollments would you do of this? So if you are doing the retreat, how many retreats you're doing a year? If you are doing this with the tennis players, how many batches of students promotions do you want to have throughout the year? 4. Okay. 4 a year. So it's 60K a month. Okay, so here it's 4 a year. It's 240. Yeah, correct. Yeah, but maybe it's too much. 240K a year just from the high ticket closing. Cool. Okay, so you all have the number at the webinar, at the launch, okay? And take a number, count how many launches a year with each one, how many webinars a year with each one, how many enrollments of high ticket, each one, add up, take a number, okay? I'll give you 30 seconds. We need to give a vision to our team, right? We need a what and we need a why. Perfect, we got it. So this is the what. We have an outcome, we have a what, and then give it a why, meaning. Yeah, gracias. We need a why, meaning. So what's the number? Can somebody raise hands and be like, okay, this is my number? Eduardo, your mind. Okay. Which one is yours? 1 million in a year. 8.2. Okay, you see? Yes. Boom. You got it. Okay? Yeah. Now we'll talk with Kai about creating team. Yeah.
I more or less I went to a 380,000 in a
380.
mix between the three. The
Yep.
high ticket.
Yep.
I plan on experiential retreat,
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks,
Yep.
20 people,
Yep.
one for free, like a strategy as
Mm-hmm.
well, and
Mm-hmm.
to have somebody in, and combination with webinars and courses.
Beautiful. And lunches as well?
Yeah, launches for
For a year.
yeah, for a
Perfect.
year and
Perfect.
four. I was thinking of 4 high tickets as well a year.
Okay.
Mine is add up exactly to 1 million, and it divides at
Okay.
4 webinar per year for total 200K, 2 launches per year for 200K, and a high ticket for 600K, which is really mind blowing. So yes, so you add up exactly like a
Okay.
million.
1 million. You said 380K. We have Maribel with 250. Good. Want to share?
Well, I have 2 webinars, 2 launches, and 2 high tickets, and that adds up to 2.5. 2.5.
2.5
Yeah.
million.
Yeah.
Boom. You need a team. All right, all right, all right, all right. So, with this said, I want to introduce Kai talking about team building. Woo.
Hi, how are you, everyone? So far, everybody is excited? Okay, so to create a team, um, a lot of people coming from, hey, I'm the smartest people in the company. I figure everything out. I just need people to fill my spot. To saying I need a marketing person. I'm gonna go grab a marketing person. I need a social media person. I'm going to grab a social media person. So the actual many times if you're paying people to do that, you can somehow achieve a certain level of effectiveness. But here, when we're talking about creating team, we're not just talking about people who work for you. We're talking about talking to investor. We're talking to your boss, if you have a boss, talking to potential client. All of them is part of we're covering here, creating team, because effectively you are enrolling people into play with you. Got it? Okay, so if we break down how to creating a team, the first step of creating a team is really to listen for why. Listen for their why. You already know your why. Listen for why they are, well, actually, more than that. Listen for what's their life purpose or what will getting them inspired, why universe create them. So start with create. It's still not right. So basically, the first part is to listen for through creating a future for that person through your listening. I would say creation, conversation. So future creation conversation. So let me get a volunteer. All right. Okay, cool. So we are entering the year of 2021. What a beautiful year. What are you going to accomplish at the so we are standing in December 31st, 2021. If you're looking back, 1 year has passed. What did you already accomplish? If everything you dream will come true at December 31st, how does that look like?
I've created other people experiencing the same kind of freedom that I experience, and that's going to be 40 people by the end of the year.
Can you share a little bit, Maribel, what's the freedom you experience? Can you share a bit your story?
Absolutely, yes.
It's inspiring.
Yeah,
Listen to
thank
that
you.
story. I loved it.
I was born in Jalisco, Mexico, and I was brought to the United States when I was 4 years old, illegally. So I lived in the U.S. without papers for most of my life, and my entire life was survival. It was a lot of fear, uncertainty, sadness, anger, resentment. I couldn't really connect with people. It was always feeling like I was in a golden cage, and I was always such a motivated person. And since I was really little, straight A student, had big dreams for myself. And when I was 16, My dreams shattered when I realized that I couldn't get a job because I didn't have a green card nor a social security number. So from then on, my life became fighting for my freedom and being an activist, going to Washington, D.C. to share my story since I was like 18, 19. Um, but always having within myself, I've turned to my imagination and my believing that there's something bigger and that freedom is possible, even when I didn't see it and nothing pointed to that direction in that moment. And things just slowly be started unfolding. But I hit rock bottom at one point in my life in like 2015. And in 2016, I got the opportunity to come to Mexico for the first time after 25 years since I left because of a program that passed in 2012 called DACA, the Dreamer Movement. And so I came to Mexico for the first time, reconnected with my roots, and saw my family that I hadn't seen, family I didn't even know existed in Jalisco. But it was only a permit. Fast forward, in 2020, January, I got my green card. So I'm exploring Mexico for the first time, and I'm really like living. The experiences I've had here in Tulum have been profound, spiritual, magical, beyond what I could have imagined, and I've experienced a lot of completion and real healing and connection. And the people that I've met, it's just beyond anything. It's better than I dreamed of. And so the freedom that I'm having. So now what I've noticed is when I was going through the darkness and the pain and the trauma, I didn't care for anybody else. I didn't care for others doing well or helping others. I was trying to help myself, you know. But now that I've achieved this fulfillment and how full my soul and my life is, I'm excited for other people's also achieving the same thing. Like it's coming so naturally. So I'm noticing like once we're fulfilled and full, we want to give to others. We want to see them happy, and the connection is so beautiful and profound.
Wow. Thanks for
Wow.
sharing. Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank
So,
you. Wow.
And so what I heard you're saying is you really want to bring the same experience to 40 people by the end of 2021, and who you are is really coming from generosity, and really want every one of those 40 people having the freedom you experience.
Wait, you said 40? Let's add a zero. Let's add a zero. to that.
400.
Okay, 400. Round of
Okay.
applause. Woo!
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so now we're
400.
standing. We're standing end of the year. 400 people already getting the freedom. Now what? What are you building with this?
400 people are experiencing freedom, and with that, I am building harmony. Harmony with people feeling like wherever they are is home, and fulfilling on their wildest dreams.
Okay, let me pause for a second here because I think it's an important exercise. This exercise, when Kai did it with me, I loved it. And I think that it's a moment to reflect, each one of you, in yourself, when you achieve this revenue goal that you said before, when you achieve these retreats, this everything, when you achieve these people that you're going to help. What's next? I mean, imagine you achieve it in 1 year, in 2 years. You still have 40, 50, 60 years in front of you. Then what? So write that down in a sentence. What comes to your mind when you think, I'm achieving this goal by the end of this year or the next one? What's next? The same question that Kai is asking her. Let's move it to all of you.
Awesome. Thank you, Miguel.
So they have this moment now. What's next? Why do you want that? She wants it to bring harmony, right? It's cool to listen, but what about yourself? What's your why? Okay?
So, in your second stage, how many people you're impacting?
After the 400?
Yes, 400. End of this year.
10,000.
10,000. How long? In 2 years' time?
1 year.
1 year. So
Another year, 10,000 people.
So 400, boom, 10,000. Awesome. My God. I'm just getting chilled just listening to you.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah. So in 2022, end of 2022, 10,000 people experienced the freedom. That you're source of it. wow, what are you building with that?
Workability across different nations. So, a system where nations can come together and create workability around immigration.
So, so you're saying why just in states, right? Let's take that international. You're come up with some type of program, some type of project that causing everyone in the world have access to that freedom that you're causing. What
Wow.
are you building with that?
The reality that an extraordinary life
Mhm.
is possible for anyone who's seeking it.
So what I hear you saying is now you're bringing that into humanity levels. That I'm gonna be the source that every human being in the society actually can experience the freedom and power. All right. Well, we can continue to go with this, so let me just stop here. So so typically the intention of this exercise, what we're I'm calling like a dream creation conversation or purpose creation conversation. Yes, you can have my, thank you so much.
Give her an applause for Maribel. Yep.
So so whenever and so considering that you're by listening for what universe is creating that person for, you're actually standing in the clearing for that person to discover why she's here, and that creating a very deep purpose that you can listen for. Now coming to like a why she is here.
Yep.
And
Let,
so that will be the first step.
I wanna add something here
Yeah.
that it's an exercise that it's called the three most important questions. It's something that, for example, the CEO Vishen Lakiani talks about in Mind Valley. It's something that you can modify and tweak a little bit. It's asking these questions that Kai was asking to Maribel, to anybody in your team. If you really care about people in your team, if you really care about what are their goals and how they can achieve those goals faster in your team, being part of your project and fulfilling your vision, then we have this situation when they don't feel that they are working for money. They feel they are working to fulfill their dream. You see the difference? So sometimes you're focusing on, okay, I'm gonna see if I can get it cheaper. Instead of 600 or 1,000 for this person doing this funnel for me, let's see if I can make it for 700. And you start like this, and you start a relationship already with tension. They start working with you, but they feel they are bargained and try to be like cheap, you know? And you feel like, instead of that, why not focusing the conversation when hiring on what Kai did amazingly? I learned from him to do this better and better and better in each hiring interview that I was having. So this insight that he shared with you, it's what we are using right now in the Extraordinaries team every time we hire. Even if it's a VA, a person that just does the subtitles. Literally. We have a girl, Beverly, she's putting the subtitles in the videos that you will see released soon in our social media. We are talking about, hey, why is it important for you? What brings this team to you? How we can support you? Like, for example, bringing her more clients and recommendations and this and that, you know? So we try to find this, I want to support you as well. So then people don't just work for hours. It's like, 20 hours, I'm done. They go the extra mile because the more they work on this project, the faster their dream are coming true.
So I am creating a master training program, and my goal is really to empower CEOs in the world that really getting who they are and really elevate their performance to the next level. And what do you see that we can create this project together such that it will be opportunity for you to accomplish your life?
Well, I'm looking in the discovery of the the funnel and the way that I'm going to bring this freedom to other people. So I could see perhaps being in a situation where I can be in the discovery and decide what that's going to look like.
So what I hear is saying is it's possible for you to get train developed in number one of creating teamwork, since this will be the training program itself, and number two, since I'm working closely with Miguel, you're also getting access to getting all the funnels and ads that you can apply to accomplish your dream. Is that accurate? Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Great.
So, so thank you for that. So, and so then I'm gonna make a bold request. Let's have a conversation and really sit down to see what position and what accountability that we can create together for you in our project, in my team, such that it will give you access to accomplish what you're up to accomplish. And I promise you, by playing with us, at, at the end of your first year, you will get a mastery of how to create a teamwork. You will have a mastery of how to create all the mindset, funnel, and ads. And you can take this with you for the rest of your life. And that will give you some access to accomplish the amazing dream of yours and amazing who you are. Are you on board?
I'm very inspired, but I'd also like to know what the time commitment is going to be and what
Yes.
it's going to require of me.
Perfect.
Perfect. So so I'm gonna stop here. So now the part you can see, I am actually driving the conversation from the dream into the opportunity, and I actually having her actively looking at how is it feasible? How is it feasible? So I'm driving from the possibility into feasibility. Now she is saying, hey, I want this. Let me see my life. What's the time requirement? And then the rest of us still being in conversation, but through all the conversation, what I'm focused in this conversation is purely about how can I be a contribution to her life, and how can working with me, playing with me, creating an access for her to accomplish her life. And then in this conversation, we are way beyond talking about how much I'm paying her. In this conversation, we are talking about this is her dream, this is who she is now, what are the gaps she having to coming from who she is now to this amazing human being who's creating love and freedom of everybody on the earth. So now I'm looking at the gaps.
Yeah. Thank you, Maribel.
Okay,
Thank you. Round of applause for Maribel. Please. And look how we are. The approach here, or the key takeaway as well, it's something that Kai said. It's bold proposition. When you are clear that she is the right who, or the other person is the right who for you, like your vision and their vision are supporting each other, then you want to make a bold proposition. Because sometimes it's like, we see the potential, but nobody's taking the step to say, hey, I would love to do something with you. Let's do it. Let's do it this way. What do you think? And the other person can accept, can't, they say no, can decline, or can counter. Be like, yes, but just this part I would like, and then you start negotiating. But you see, the approach is not like, I need you to do this for me, I'm paying you that. How much different it is. It's like, wow. Because when it's the right who, if it's not the right who, it's going to be money and tensions, and I need this from you, and you need to do this for me. It will feel like, oh, I'm doing this for the other person. When it's the right who, it's a good fit, and then, poof, everybody feels like they are fulfilling their own vision thanks to participate in the other person's project.